I'm Botch Braden. I changed all my socials, so go follow me on Instagram and TikTok, Botch Braden. Today I'm joined with wrestlereign1. Welcome to the video.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So as of recording, this is after the third Monday Night Raw on Netflix, the January 20th edition. We've got a few people confirmed for the Rumble. Not as many women. So I think we start off by jumping into that. I'm gonna read the list off of who we have for. I guess we can start with the men's Royal Rumble.
I'd say the men's, way more people than in the women. So
Right. So we have L.A. Knight, John Cena, CM Punk, Jay Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey
mm-hmm.
Mysterio, and Sami Zayn. So out of
Not
that
gonna lie, it's
list,
stacked. It's
we
stacked.
yeah. So far, I mean, we've got some pretty good names in there. Out of that list, who do you think's most likely to win it all? Or do you think any of them are going to win it all?
I think the focus is on Cena winning it, but I don't see that happening just because it's too soon. Um, and I think it's Punk's time this year.
So you think Punk's going to win it all?
Yeah, I think it's
Really?
Punk's time this year.
So if he wins it all, though, that means he's going after a belt. So what belt do you think?
See, that's the only thing I don't know.
You don't think he's going after Gunther? Maybe Cody Rhodes? I don't know. I feel like Cody Rhodes got something different going on with Randy and
Honestly,
KO.
now just since you say that, he might not win it just because his favorites he wants a main event spot at WrestleMania.
Right, not necessarily a belt.
Yeah,
But I mean, he if he wins it, he does get that main event spot. He doesn't
yeah,
necessarily
that's
have
the
to win the
thing.
WrestleMania. All he wants is that main event.
Yeah,
So I, don't know. I mean,
and
he
that's the thing.
could, he could, but based on that list that we have, you got Roman Reigns. He could win it to take on Cody Rhodes for Roman versus Cody 3. Seth Rollins. He could fight Gunther for his World Heavyweight Championship back. You have Drew McIntyre, which had an incredible triple threat with Gunther and Sheamus in a previous WrestleMania. So I mean, you've got a couple options to pick from. Other than that, I really don't see anybody. I mean, John Cena could win it, but I don't see that being a thing right now. Maybe
Um,
down the road.
yeah, like I said, it's too soon. I feel like he's gonna get that championship match, but he really has to earn it. I don't think they're just gonna throw him in there and make him win the
Right.
Rumble. And it's just like so
Yeah,
I
being at
think
the
it'll take
Rumble
a
would
little
be
more.
his first match back. I don't see him. I don't see him going all the way with it. Is there
Yeah.
anybody that's not on that list that you think has a chance of winning it all?
See, so it get tricky though, right? So let's say the only reason I say that is because we don't know if The Rock is going to be there or if he not. So if he's able to work it, maybe we get him in the Rumble. Then him and Cody at Mania. You never know.
But did they announce that he wasn't available for Mania? I'm not
I
sure.
don't
I'm
think
not
so.
sure. I might be.
I want to say it's like in between right now. So we're just gonna have to wait and see.
But
But
that's the fun about the Rumble. I mean, you got 30 guys in it
yeah,
competing for the one spot. You've got returns. You've also got the contract between WWE and TNA. So we could see the likes of what Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler. I think everybody wants to
yeah,
see that. Joe Hendry. I don't know who else they would bring.
yeah. I don't either. But personally, I ain't gonna lie. I was a big Dolph Ziggler fan. Like I can't remember like what the time was, but this was before the Biggie when Biggie came.
Right.
Before that, I was like a big fan of his, but then it was like after that, he fell off to me.
Yeah. Um, he's widely regarded as the Shawn Michaels of the generation.
Yeah,
For good reason too. He's definitely a workhorse. Moving back on to Mania or to Royal Rumble, excuse me. Who all return wise do you think we might see? you hear the talks of Brock Lesnar. Do you think that one's legitimate?
I don't know. I really don't know. I would love to see it personally. I've He's been like a hit or miss for me. Like I didn't like him, then I liked him, then I didn't, then I do. Like so I don't know. But personally now I do like him. So
Yeah.
I think I would love to see that.
So if he does come back, do you want him to win it? Is the question.
No, no.
Not at all.
It just because like I said, you can't it's the same thing with Cena. He just coming back. You can't just throw him in there and let him win it. Like it makes no sense. And then also that's like the thing with him though, like whenever he would return, he would automatically be in the championship picture. I'm not a fan of that.
He's kind of like a Charlotte. You know,
Yeah,
Charlotte returns and she's automatically a champion.
yeah.
We won't get into that yet. We'll stay on the men's. We'll stay on the men's. But I see what you're saying. Punk in the interview on the most recent Raw said he's gonna be calling on a favor potentially.
Hmm.
What do you think? What do you think that favor could be? That's tricky. I don't think
See, exactly.
anybody's got it figured out.
Because it's hard. Like obviously you know they're both in the Rumble, and that's his way to get. What is so funny, bro?
Ain't no funny. Ain't no funny.
All right, bro, lock in, bro.
I'm
Tight,
locked in. I'm locked in. Go ahead. Go ahead.
tight, tight. All right. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like they're both in the Rumble, and let's say, what if they are the last two? What does Paul do then?
I mean, what do you think? I don't know how to answer. I don't know how to ask this question because I don't think anybody really knows the answer to it. But what could the favor possibly be? I mean, what does Paul have that Punk might need? If it is winning that Royal Rumble and it does come down to Roman and Punk, is Paul willing to pull that trigger? Could it involve Solo? Solo just walked out on the rest of the new bloodline.
See, that's another thing too, though. It's like, uh, some way, somehow, I see Paul. He will turn on Roman, I think, unless he plays both sides, like he did for once for Brock and Roman. But if not Solo, then I see the wise man working with the Rock.
Interesting. Interesting. Maybe call some shots. I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Because you got to think Paul is in with Roman. So if Rock is calling him, he knows all the game plans, he knows all that. So I think it makes the most sense right now because Solo just lost to him. He still has to acknowledge him, when he ready, when he put on the big boy pants. But yeah, I think it'll be Rock.
So with that being said, do you think how likely do you think it is that Punk wins it due to this favor? Maybe not due to this favor, but in general, how likely do you think he is to win it?
One, it depends on the spot he comes out in, and but I honestly don't know because he should have won it last year. We know that.
So
So like,
going back to last year, do you think that was the original plan and he got injured and they knew that wouldn't work, or do you think it was Cody Rhodes anyway?
no, personally, I think it was CM Punk until they figured out he did get hurt, and then they had to call the audible, let Cody win it. But yeah, I think it was Punk for sure last year.
Right.
And like I said, this year, like it's so tricky because it's that favor. Like
It's
he just wants a
definitely
main event match.
right.
It doesn't have to be for a championship.
But like you said, he's got the favor.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like he don't. I don't know, bro. It's tricky, bro.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing with this Royal Rumble. I think usually the Royal Rumbles in the past you can kind of pick people out that you know are highly favored and likely to win it.
Yeah,
But this Rumble, it's so many high profile guys that don't have the belts and that could potentially win it. Um,
yeah.
like last year, you knew it was either gonna be Punk or Cody. Um, but this year you really have no clue.
It just okay. So who would you want to win it?
Who do I want to win it?
Yeah,
See, I'm on the same boat as you. I
not
don't
not
know.
not not just because you got a favorite.
No, yeah,
Who like
I'm on the same page as you. It's tricky to figure this one out. I I want personally I want Roman, and I want Cody versus Roman 3. But
yeah
if that happens, I need Roman to win it. I can't let Roman lose,
yeah.
right? So that's what I personally want. What do I think is gonna happen? I don't see them pulling the trigger on Roman because I think Roman
Mhm.
could get there by other means.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna mm, I'll pull the trigger on Drew McIntyre. I'll because hear me hear me out. They've already proven that McIntyre and Gunther can have a banger of a match, right?
Mhm.
So I think that solidifies his opportunity to win it. But then at the same time, he's already got screwed of his championship. So
Over and over and over.
right, and who's gonna beat Gunther anytime soon? Anybody?
See, that was a big thing with me. It's like when he was the Intercontinental Champion, he held it for so long, nobody could beat him. Do you do that same thing with the world title, or
See, Gunther's just one of those guys. Well, I can't remember the exact statistic, but he's held a belt like
yeah, yeah,
90 some percent of the time that he's been
yeah.
in WWE. So he's one of those guys you never know if he's gonna drop it or not.
That's the thing.
But who's like I said, who's gonna beat him? If somebody beats him, it's gonna be somebody the same size as him, in my opinion, the same caliber as him, and to me,
So
I see that in Drew McIntyre.
I mean, so when you say you see that, do you see that at Mania or you just in general?
I see Drew McIntyre potentially winning the Royal Rumble and going on to WrestleMania to fight Gunther.
Gotta be trolling. All right, but I'm not a believer in that at all. I don't. No, yes, they can have a great match. I do believe that, but
I mean, I don't know that's gonna happen. That's probably very unlikely to happen. But
yeah,
like we've mentioned before, the list is so broad on who could win it.
yeah,
I think it's definitely in the realm of possibility.
yeah. But
Do you think Roman Reigns gets another Royal Rumble win?
see, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would love to see it. I want that
I
Cody and
would
Roman
too,
rematch
but do you think they're gonna pull
at
the
Mania.
trigger on it?
I said every like the ending to the Rumble literally comes down to that one favor. That's what it is. Like
Potentially. I mean,
that's
we
the
could carry the favor out. It doesn't have
yeah,
to
yeah,
be at the
definitely.
Rumble, but potentially, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, say you got Punk, Roman. This is my final five prediction for the Rumble. I have CM Punk, Roman Reigns, John Cena, Seth Rollins, and Jacob Fatu if he's in it. I think he will be in it, but those are my final five.
So, do you think the Samoan Werewolf has a chance? I think there's a lot of people that would
I
like to see it.
I would I would love to see it, but like everything just comes back like he just came and he he hasn't even had a singles match yet, has he? I think they've all been tag team matches.
I don't know. That's
No,
actually a
no,
good
no, no.
question.
I thought he might have fought Jay one time by himself, right?
Potentially, I can't remember.
But
But yes,
I,
majority of his matches have been tag teams. Yes.
he has a lot of potential. He's gonna be a big star. Everybody knows it. Like
I mean, he's a big star now,
he,
and
yeah,
he hasn't had his singles run.
exactly. So that's the thing. It's like, but I feel like they would do it to where he starts with like a mid card title first, and then he works his way up. But
But I
uh,
mean, anything is. I mean, you saw Tiffany Stratton win the Money in the Bank, and
see that's
she's
what I was
already main
thinking.
event, right? So,
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. I don't know. I would love to see him win it though. I would. It'd be. I think a lot of people would, but it would be a shock to a lot of people too.
well,
So
I think that's the beauty of wrestling. You can a lot of matches are very predictable, but then a lot of matches go completely out of what anybody thought. So
yeah,
so I think that's definitely a possibility, and I think if that does happen, I don't think anybody would be mad or upset about it. I don't think
no,
it
I
would
think it
be
would.
I don't think it would be like Roman Reigns and The Rock coming out after and celebrating with him. I don't think it'll be that. Um, but I mean, I definitely could see him winning that.
Oh, see. Now since we're talking about it, those are who. All right, so let me ask you, who is your final five or four?
See, I'm not. I don't know. I think John Cena's definitely got to be in the picture. CM Punk's definitely got to be in the picture. Mm, I think Roman Reigns got to be in the picture if it comes down to that favor. Uh, I don't know. Other than them three, I don't know if anybody's really.
So those are your final three.
Yeah, that could be my final three.
See, this is what I was thinking about. So, like I said, it's the favor, the Rock. Those are like the two things that's that's it makes it hard to choose because if the Rock is going to be there at Mania, I think he might enter the Rumble, maybe. And if he does, I could see him winning it because it's the storyline there with him and Cody. We know that. But uh, Roman and Jacob in the final four, I think that would be amazing to see.
Yeah,
Jacob eliminating Roman,
we've yet to have the Roman versus the Jacob. I think that'd
and
be
that's it
that could
depends on
definitely set up
the
something.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It depends on the direction they want to go with it. Like if you're not having Roman fight for a title at Mania, I think it'll be him and Jacob against each other because it's the biggest stage, and I think that's what it'll lead up to.
So then it depends on if Roman's done with bloodline business. I mean, he's got the Ulafala now. What more? What
Well,
more
well deserved. He
can you
never
go
should have
through?
lost it.
Well, did he lose it or did somebody take it? That's
You're right. He stole it. He stole it. But still, he shouldn't even have to work to get it back. It's his, regardless. He's the only tribal chief. There was never another one. So
there was a self proclaimed one.
yeah, but he was not the original. He wasn't one at all. He was just a wannabe, like he's always been. Uh, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a fan of Solo when he first came. I really was. But uh, it was like after he left Roman, I didn't like him.
So you
I
were a
didn't
fan of him
really.
before he started his own bloodline.
Yeah, I
Well,
was.
if we really get down to it though, He never left Roman. Roman left him.
No, he left because the title left. He's a gold digger, bro.
But Roman never came back. So if you was in Solo shoes, what would you have done?
Know how to wait for my tribal chief.
Okay, I
I
respect
mean,
it. I respect it. I respect it.
he brought all of them up by himself. He did. He elevated every single one of them. So for Solo to go off on his own and try to do the same thing, it's not right. It's not gonna work.
So moving past Roman Reigns, do you think there's any?
Give me a time out real quick. Put my phone up, bro. Where was we at? You know where we at?
Yeah. All right, so moving on past Roman Reigns and Bloodline and all that, because I don't think we'll figure out or come to an agreement of what's going on. But do you think any of the younger guys, either coming up from NXT or just coming into the WWE, do you think any of them have a chance in the Royal Rumble? I mean, if I had to guess, you'll probably have Trick Williams.
Yeah.
Do you see Trick Williams being a potential winner?
No, just because I don't think they're ready to move him up to it. Well, he just lost his NXT championship, right?
Yeah,
Uh, I see him being in the Rumble, yes, but
but you don't think it's that
no,
time
yeah. But trust me, when he gets to the main roster, though, he's gonna be special.
for sure. Do you think any of the younger guys, maybe that are on the main roster, have the potential to win it?
Braun Breaker,
Well, he does have
would he count?
the IC title though.
Don't matter. We want all the gold.
I mean, I guess it's a possibility. I don't see it happening, but
No, I'm just
I
kidding. I
guess
don't
it's a
see that either.
possibility.
I was trolling with that one, but younger guys,
I just don't know of any younger guys that are ready for. Maybe not that they're not ready, but I'm not seeing any younger guys that I believe have the potential to win it.
yeah,
I mean, you've got what Austin Theory, Grayson Wallers. Uh,
they're not younger guys.
they're they're younger guys.
Austin Theory been there for a while, bro.
He's been
Yeah, I
there.
think
He's been there for what, like 3-4 years.
he was in the spotlight though. He was Mr. Money in the Bank.
But he's still. I would still consider him a younger guy.
He was the United States champion.
Yeah, he was that. He was that. He's also a tag team champion.
So
But he still
I would
that doesn't disregard him from a younger guy. He hasn't been in the main event
okay.
yet.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you're right about that, but don't get it twisted. You already know if Vince was still there,
He'd give us the Roman treatment.
who's to tell you that if Vince was still there, do you not think he would be the WWE champion right now? Like, let's be honest, bro.
He'd be main eventing with Brock Lesnar.
Let- and beating them too, right? Like, bro,
Yeah,
like
yeah. What about Carmelo Hayes?
I'm not a lot. He's very talented, and his performances have been great so far, I think. But I seen them. They was like building him up, and then it was like they dropped the ball with him. It's like now he's stuck at that mid card level still. But I think he's ready for the main event. I do.
All right, and so if you do see him in that main event, what side of the picture do you see him on? Do you see him with the World Heavyweight Championship, or do you see him with the Undisputed Championship?
I would have to say undisputed just because he's on SmackDown with that championship.
Well, it could move around. If he wins the Royal Rumble, he can go after
But
any one he wants.
yes, then by you saying that, I think it would be the world title just because I think the WWE is still the top championship in the business. So don't get me wrong, though, the World Heavyweight Championship is still a prestige title, but
So
it's
you don't think that Cody Rhodes is forcing the undisputed championship to lose its prestige? Because I see a
right.
lot
See,
of
you better get me hated, bro.
I see a lot of people that say that. A lot of people on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they all say that Cody's a boring champion. He's I see a lot of people saying he's the most boring champion. You saw a lot of that with
I,
Roman
would, I
Reigns.
wouldn't, I wouldn't, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say the most boring,
You
but
see that I saw that a lot with Roman Reigns, but I see it a lot more with Cody Rhodes.
you
So
saw what that they said Roman was a boring champion.
yeah, I saw him say Roman Reigns was a boring champion, but also saw
I,
him
f- I,
say
f-
Cody Rhodes is a boring champion.
I feel like they only said Roman was a boring champion because it was 4 years. After a
Yeah,
while, you're gonna get tired of seeing the same thing. But
right.
to me, he wasn't boring.
But I mean, I saw Cody Rhodes was a boring champion like a month, 2 months after he
Did
won
you
it.
see that? Did you see that, or is that what you think?
No, I definitely saw it a lot.
So, what do you think? Do you think he's a boring champion? Do you agree or you disagree?
I think that his feud with Kevin Owens has picked him back up and put him back on his feet. But I think before that he was definitely losing interest.
Yeah.
I wish I'm gonna get hated for this, but I wish he never would have won it. That's just me. I wish we would have got Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, and maybe
I,
Cody won it at
that
SummerSlam or something like that. But
see
I didn't
that
like
that
the way
was
he I did that. See, this is really gonna get me hated because everybody loved that main event. I hated it. I'll be honest. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way they introduced Undertaker and Jey Uso and how. But I told you before, I don't like how Roman was always winning due to the bloodline. He never won
yeah, yeah,
clean.
yeah.
Um, but
So you wasn't a fan of I think to a point we was all a fan of what he was doing just because it hasn't been done in this era. But I think a lot of people was tired of, like you said, the way he was winning. It was always interference. We knew the outcome to every match. It would be the referee got knocked down, bloodline come in. It was the same thing over and over. But I was a big fan of his run. But like you said, I'm not gonna lie, I agree with you. I don't think he should have lost.
right,
I think it's even Rock and Roman when y'all had the chance, y'all built it up, and then. But I mean, you gotta listen to the fans though. You do. That's what makes
but how
that's what
much?
makes it so
But how
special.
much of that was the fans? Because I've when it was happening, it was a lot of talk of that was the small minority.
Mhm.
Um, so how much of that was the fans that wanted Cody Rhodes rather than they wanted Rock and Roman? Because I mean, you heard both sides of it. So I don't see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't. I don't see why they didn't pull the trigger because you could always fall back on Roman and Cody later down the
See
line.
that?
But you couldn't
Like you
always
said,
fall back on Roman and Rock because
yeah,
you never know when Rock's available.
yeah, exactly. And it's getting too late. Rock getting older. But don't get me wrong, with that match he had with in the tag team match last year, he looked real good. Like he looked like he did years ago. But don't get me wrong, like I said, he's getting older, and as you get older, you start to slow down. So, but I think as long as he's training and taking care of himself, I think he'll still be able to perform at the level that he did last year.
So
But
do you think we'll ever get that Roman Rock? Because in my humble opinion, I know I'm just a nobody, but I don't. If we don't get it this year, I don't think we'll ever get it.
that's the thing with me too. I was feeling the same way. We don't get it this year. Uh, I don't think it'll happen. But also maybe if they do have the match, maybe it's just not going to be at WrestleMania, just because
But does it have to be at WrestleMania? I mean, I feel like
I
that's
don't
the
I don't think it does.
I think that's the glorified part of it, though, being at WrestleMania on the biggest stage of them all.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's the biggest show of the year. So why wouldn't you have them? Those are literally two of the biggest stars in the WWE. Like, but personally, you do not have to have it at WrestleMania. Like I said, you could do a SummerSlam because SummerSlam is the next big thing. So if you don't do it at Mania this year, I think it would have to be at SummerSlam.
And so
But if you don't do that,
if it doesn't happen at Mania or SummerSlam, do we ever get it?
I don't see it.
Personally, I don't see him ever doing it on any pay per view or PLE other than WrestleMania. But if we
Yeah,
don't get it at that SummerSlam, do we ever get it?
I
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, but anyways, moving back to we talked about Cody being a boring champion. I agreed that I did think he was, and I think Kevin is slowly reviving that.
Yeah.
Then I can't remember where we were at before that. Carmelo Hayes, I can't remember.
We was talking about younger guys having a potential shot at winning. Um, we talked about some possible. Well, we talked about a Brock Lesnar return.
Yeah. So, me personally, I don't.
All right, final prediction for the Rumble winner. Who do you have? Without, you don't have to think about the storylines or anything. Just who do you have winning?
All right, hear me out. You're gonna love this. I'm not gonna lie. You're actually gonna you're gonna love this. Regardless of anything I've said before this point,
You know, do I gotta say it?
regardless of what I said before this point, Saturday night main event is this Saturday. Jey Uso fights Gunther. Jey Uso loses, goes to the Rumble. He wins in the Rumble, goes to WrestleMania, and wins at WrestleMania.
I'm all for it.
You heard
I'm
that.
all for it.
You
I'm all
got that.
for it.
That's my prediction. It's just I think everybody else is just so tossed around and has so much going on. I think Jey Uso needs this.
Like I said, he's my favorite superstar today. So I want to see it more than anybody do. I really would love to see him win it. So,
That's who you got.
but
Is that who you have?
no, just sadly no, just because it it's always up and down with him. They're like
But
he is the
that
hottest.
could be
He's
their interest in letting him win the Royal Rumble and letting him take it all the way.
You're right. You're right. But like I said, he is one of the hottest superstars. Like you got to look at the crowd reactions, the merchandise sales. You got to look at all that. All that plays a part in it. So I want to see him win it personally. I really do. But like I said, it's up and down. Like you have him win, you have him on the face of pay-per-views, but then he still doesn't get that shine yet.
They call him main
And
event. They call him main event Jey Uso for no reason. As of right now, they call him main event Jey Uso for no reason.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
He needs a reason though. He's if he does.
He won the IC title.
Is that main event though? Are we considering the IC
It
title
was
main
main
event?
event of Raw, wasn't it?
But is it consistently main event?
He main evented against Seth on Raw for the world title.
Consistently main event?
No, like I said, it's up and down.
The only way Jey Uso can be consistently main event is if he gets a main event title, which is only 2 of them. It's not the IC title. It's either the World Heavyweight Championship or the Undisputed Championship. So if they want to keep calling him main event Jey Uso, he needs a belt.
And like I said, I think it's time for him to get one because to me, he's worked his way up so much. Like he was always just that tag team guy with his twin brother. But once Jimmy got hurt, he really stepped up and showed that he has what it takes. Like
so you want me to be honest?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be completely honest.
All right.
Jey Uso.
Don't say nothing I don't want to hear, bro.
If it wasn't for his character, Jey Uso would not be in the WWE.
Why do you say that?
He has 3 moves. He's got a super kick. He's got a frog splash, and he's got a spear.
Let's be real. Okay, so
am I wrong?
No, you're not. Trust me, you're not. But all of them have a certain type of way to.
Can I give you?
They all
Can I
have
give you
go-to
my
moves.
proof? Can I give you my proof?
Proof of what?
Can I give you my proof of what I just said?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
WrestleMania 40, twin versus twin.
See, no, no, no. I don't want to
No
hear that. It was time management, bro. You know that.
time management. How long was that
You
match?
10 minutes, if that, 8 minutes.
No, it was.
I swear, it was like 8 to 10 minutes.
It had to have been at least 15. If it
It wasn't.
if it wasn't
You gotta
15, it
think.
felt like an
You
hour.
probably you probably
If it
counting
was
entrances.
if it wasn't 15, it felt like an hour. Okay.
No, no, no. I swear it was like 8 to 10 minutes. And like I said, you gotta think maybe they was booked for a 20 plus minute match. All the stuff they had planned, you can't do that now because you have 8 minutes. So you gotta improvise. But
So
uh,
improvising, the best you can do is
but
45 super
listen,
kicks,
listen,
a frog splash, and a
listen,
pin.
listen, listen.
Sorry, I
They
forgot. I
have
forgot the one spear that they hit. Go ahead.
they have never been in a big spotlight like that. So they're not
What do you mean they've
like
been in
they're not.
Roman spotlight for the past 4 years?
No, see, that doesn't count.
How does
I'm
that not
saying
count?
their own. Like Roman is in the spotlight, but he's performing in the spotlight. They have been up there as a tag team,
So what about
so it's
what about
different.
when Roman fought Jay? Why was that match not that bad?
SummerSlam,
He fought him multiple
or are you talking
times.
about like years ago?
He fought him multiple times. He fought him during COVID.
It depends on what you're talking about. Which one?
Why does that depend though? Because
Because
all those
you,
matches were good.
like I said, they was. But like I said, years ago, he was still a tag team guy. He had to get used to that, and also it depends on who your opponent is. Because
So you think Jimmy held him back?
no, I'm not saying.
That's
See,
what it sounds.
see,
That's what it sounds like.
you're trying to get me, bro. Because this is what I'm saying though. Jay was he came up. He was ready for he was ready for the spotlight. I think him being with Roman that groomed him to be in the spotlight. Jimmy was hurt. Then he came back, and he never really done anything as he came back besides attack Jay here and there. So I don't know. But personally, no, they should have had a great match regardless if it was 5, 10, 3 minutes. I don't care. They grew up doing this, bro. They like think about
That's
what you did.
exactly my
Think about
point.
what you did in the living room.
That's
What you
exactly
like.
my point.
I don't know. I think they still should have had a great match regardless. But it depends on what all they wanted to fit into the match. And I think that's the spots they had planned may have been bigger and took more time to manage. So that's what held some of the spots back. So that's what they relied on was the super kick, So, but I don't think Jimmy held him back at all. I don't, because like I said, if you're in there with a family member or just like instead of your twin brother, like y'all been fighting since y'all was born, like we know that. So it shouldn't have been that hard for him to come up with things to do. I think. How do you feel
So
about it?
I like I said, I don't think if it wasn't for his character, I don't think he'd be where he is now. Well, he would be because he has Roman Reigns, but besides that, I think he's. I'm not gonna say he's boring because he's not.
No, no,
He's
no.
not
Hold on,
boring.
wait. I don't mean to cut you off, but I have to because you said if it wasn't for his character, he would not be in WWE, right? You see a whole lot of people that don't really have a character at all, but they still be shown on TV and backstage segments. They're still there.
Well,
I think he would still be there.
at the end of the day, you said the people that don't have a character.
Yeah, that don't really have a character. Yes.
All right, so at the end of the day, we're watching wrestling. We're not watching Hollywood. So what matters most, right? Right? What matters most?
Yeah.
So if you can wrestle, I mean, you're in there, right?
But like I said though, the people backstage can they wrestle?
It depends on who you're referring to.
You know, you watch it. Who do you always see in the backstage segments? Whether it's getting beat up or you know,
It's. I think that. I think that it's very unfortunate that we have wrestlers that have to job, um,
yeah.
like Chad Gable, and I think it's
Is he driving though, or is he trying to help the younger talent?
see if that's what it's about, helping the younger talent. Why can't somebody like Jey Uso do it?
Why would he?
Because he
Like I
can't
said,
wrestle. Because he can't wrestle. So,
stop saying that, bro. Stop saying that, bro. So,
so let's get Chad Gable. I mean, let's be honest. Chad Gable should be in it.
but should be in what?
The main event scene.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I think he's been deserving of that. But we going back to what you said. Why is Jay not jobbing? Right? Look at it, bro. Look at the crowd reactions. Look at the sales and the merchandise. He's literally the one of the hottest things they got going. So
Okay. Yeah, you got me
like I
there.
said,
You got me there.
either way it goes. Like I said, it's hit or miss with him. You have him winning the big matches to get the big match, and you have him lose the big match. So I don't know, but I think all it is, especially with him getting the title matches.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this because
Yeah,
you made a
but
really good point. That is why he's not jobbing because he's driving sales. He's driving sales. He's got the crowd reaction.
you could
But
ask me anything about Jey Uso,
but
I got
but why is he not winning the titles?
Triple H, bro. If you hear me, like I don't care if he hold it for a day, dog. I just need it. Don't care.
But that's what y'all
I
said
just
about the
need.
IC title. Then he dropped it, and everybody was mad.
No, no. See, that was crazy though, because it, but like I said, see, that's another thing. Like we said earlier, how you said you would like to see him win the Rumble and get the big one at Mania, right?
I think that if he's going to hold the title as main event Jey Uso, he has to. Not he needs
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Not that he whatever. He has to.
So like you said, it's you remember what they done with Cody, right? When after he lost to Roman, he had to go back, and then he won the tag titles with Jey Uso, right? And they lost him in what 2 weeks, 3 weeks? He came back, won the Rumble, went to
Who
Mania,
they
won the
lose
big
to?
title.
Was it Kevin and Sammy? No.
No, no, it was Damien and Finn.
Judgment Day. Judgment
Yeah,
Day.
no, you can't call him that. Damien all with them.
Well, at the time it was Judgment Day.
Yeah, they you talking about street trash?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But what if that's what they're doing with Jay? They let him win the like one title. He held it for what it is, but it's just building him up to get to the main event.
Either
That
way, like I said, if he doesn't win this, can he still hold the main event title? I don't think he can.
you call it what you want. It's main event Jey Uso.
So regardless if he's in
It's
the main
it's
event
tough.
scene, he's still Jey Uso. I mean main event Jey
Who
Uso.
made it? Who made him main event Jey Uso?
Who made him main event Jey Uso? Who did it?
Who made him that?
Who did it?
Roman Reigns.
Correct.
So Roman Reigns there, he main event Jey Uso.
So okay, as long as Roman's in WWE, he's main event Jey Uso.
Till he leave, he main event Jey Uso.
Okay. All right. So your final I don't think you made your final predictions.
No, I didn't.
What's your final predictions for the Royal Rumble?
I'm not gonna lie. Nobody's gonna agree with me, bro. Why are you laughing?
Go ahead. I just think it's funny that you've already came up with the idea that nobody's gonna agree with you.
I just know, bro, because type, you know what I mean? So
It's out there. Is it like way out there or? Is it in the realm of grasp?
No,
I'm just trying to
it's there. I think it's there.
I'm trying to mentally prepare myself for whatever
I,
it is
I
you're
think
gonna
it's
say.
there. But see, just because I said nobody gonna agree with me, you think it's crazy. Like you think I'm talking about Akira Tozawa or something, but I'm not. I said
I wasn't
nobody's gonna
quite there
agree with
yet.
me. Okay, where was you at?
I don't know where I was at. That's why I was saying I was trying to mentally prepare. I didn't even think about Tozawa. I don't. If we're being honest, I forget the dude even exists. All right. So, like I said, who do you think's gonna win the Royal Rumble?
Like I said, nobody gonna agree with me. Call it what you want. I got Solo Sikoa, bro.
What? What? Like acting like
Nah, I'm
actually.
trolling. I'm trolling. I'm
I
trolling. I'm trolling.
was about to. I was about to say.
But imagine though, right?
I mean, I guess it's possible.
Bro, like so many people would hate it, bro, that they would want to see what happened.
I mean,
Like,
theoretically, he wins it, goes to Mania, wins the undisputed title. Now what? We're back to Solo and Roman.
you get them at SummerSlam. Roman cost him at SummerSlam last year.
So we get him at some. I mean,
Like,
I'm not. I'm
I'm
with you.
there,
I'm
but
with you. I'm with you there. I don't want it. I don't want it.
I don't either. But
But I'd hate it enough that I'd watch it.
exactly. Uh, but all right, so for real, uh, oh my gosh, bro.
You've had all this time to
See,
think.
because this is what I'm thinking about. It's like the people that we've already said, but it's like the people that I think is going to be in it. So
It's difficult. You don't know who all's exactly in it.
honestly, I got Seth Rollins winning it.
Seth Rollins going after Gunther.
Yes, he goes, he gets his title back. Then he gets that on night one. Night two is when you get the favor. No, but that would make sense though. It depends. It depends.
I feel like I feel like the favor could be anything. See, I'm with you. I'm with you. I feel like
But
Paul
we
Heyman.
know,
I think Paul Heyman's been backstage enough that he could call upon whoever and make a
yeah, yeah.
match and make a match. So I think the favor could be really anything. It could be it's literally anything that Triple H or whoever thinks of, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna do this. So that could be
We
in the realm of possibility.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, they could swerve us all though. The favorite might not even be the main event match. But we know that's what he wants. And he literally said tonight he might call upon a favor. So that would be him needing Paul to win the Rumble. So I, I don't know. I'm going Seth. I'm going Seth.
All
I'm
right.
going Seth.
So we'll take Seth. Before we move on to the women's, I want to throw out there that Randy Orton has the potential to come back at the Royal Rumble.
See, you there with me, bro. That's what I meant when I said who I think's gonna be there.
So Randy Orton has the potential to come back. He wins
Why
it.
wouldn't he?
He wins it.
It's Randy Orton. Why wouldn't he?
He wins it, and then
He get that world title. What that'd be what 16 for him?
sorry,
Bless
what?
you, bro.
We'll cut that out.
Yeah, I was saying you better cut that out.
So Randy Orton comes back. He
See,
wins the Royal Rumble. Cody,
cause see you there, bro.
is that the
Like
start? Is that the start of a heel Cody Rhodes? Is that the start of a heel Randy Orton?
personally, I want to see a heel Randy. I don't want to see.
You don't want to heel Cody.
I don't want to see nothing Cody Rhodes, bro.
Listen, hear me out. Hear me out. I don't like Cody Rhodes. All right.
But why? Why don't you? Is it the three move thing that you said about Jay? Because let me
It's
remind you. Let me remind you. Who is your favorite superstar?
who is my superstar? Favorite
Yes.
superstar right now?
Yeah.
Roman Reigns. So obviously, I'm gonna be a little bit biased.
Biased about what? The three moves?
Maybe, but maybe
Exactly.
not though, because when I don't know. Maybe I see
Like,
it. Maybe I've seen it different from everybody else. I don't know.
but
But the way I watch when I watch Cody Rhodes, it just always feels the same. The way the match flows, the moves that he does, the way that his opponent reacts. It's just it always feels the same. Always he's down and out. He comes back. He hits the three crossroads. It just always feels the same to me. But but I've always been a I've always been a bigger heel kind of guy. I've always rooted for the heels. That's how I've always been. So I think that a Cody Rhodes heel turn would make me be in his favor. I think I would cheer for Cody if he turned heel.
heel Cody over face Randy,
Yeah, I
or
believe
just heel
so.
Cody in
I
general
mean,
over anybody.
I'll take a heel Cody or a heel Randy. I don't care, but I'm just saying that I think that a heel Cody would save. I don't want to save. I don't want to say save his career because his career is obviously thriving right now. He's probably selling the most merch out of anybody. But
Who?
Cody,
Let's not do that, bro. Back again, bro. My dog.
is that actual
He,
numbers though? Is that actual numbers?
I'm not
Or
sure, but it was. I know that he.
right? Yeah, Jay was definitely on that for a number of a number a number of weeks, but like I was saying, I feel like if Cody turned heel, it would save his career in my eyes, in my image, whatever you want to say. I do. I also want to see a heel Randy Orton.
So, so you think just by him being face, it's messing him up right now, or
I think it would make him a less
honestly,
boring champion if he turned heel.
honestly, it really does. If like if you're a heel or if you're a face, it does affect it because if you're a heel, it's only so many top tier faces that you can face. So being a heel and a face, like it depends on who you're opposite of. Like, so you might have the best heels, but if you're a heel yourself, you can't face none of them. So I think you're right about that. I think if he turns heel, I think it will help him out a lot just because who the faces are.
Well, and I think that heels drive sales because
Yeah,
everybody wants to see the babyface come in
exactly, exactly.
and chase the gold until they eventually defeat the heel, right?
Eh,
Nobody wants to see the heel chase the gold and eventually beat the face.
Yeah, yeah, and that was like the thing with Cody. You know, Roman was the heel for 4 years. He had the title. Everybody wanted him to lose it. Cody came in as he turned into probably the biggest face, the quickest.
Right.
But I guarantee you, all them Cody crybabies, whatever, they wanted Cody to win it. Now they like, dang, like what do we do? Like
Right.
I don't think nobody. Well, I'm not gonna say nobody, but personally, I'm not feeling the Cody run right now. But
I think personally, I think a lot of people wanted Cody to win not because they wanted Cody to win, but because they wanted
just
Roman to lose.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's like you knew they was gonna run that back. You knew it. So with him losing the first time, you knew he was gonna win the second time. Like if I'm not mistaken, it's been I think it's been 4 times somebody has won the Rumble, went to Mania, lost the match, won the Rumble again, and went back the second time and then won the title. I think it's been 4 times, including Cody.
So it
So
doesn't happen often.
yeah, it doesn't. But I'm not a fan of the Cody run right now. And like we said before, it's probably he's limited on who he can face. So
Well,
and it's
I
like
think they're trying they're trying really hard to separate storylines, so
yeah,
they don't want. I think they're trying to pull him away from the bloodline storyline.
yeah, I definitely see that. I do. Because you had him versus Solo. We seen that. And I'm not gonna lie, one thing that I was thinking about is how, when Solo first came, he was the tough guy, right? He was undefeated for what, a couple months maybe? But he didn't
I
have
can't
many
remember.
matches, but still he was like undefeated. Then you have him go on to face John Cena and literally crush John Cena like it was bad. And then ever since that match, he's lost every single match. I didn't understand that at all.
Yeah,
So,
the booking's definitely been very off for me.
but
For a
like
number of
I said,
superstars.
but like we say, it depends on the performances you're able to give with who you're given to face. So, like we said earlier, this was off of this, but Seth before the knee injury, like he's one of the greatest to ever do it.
Right.
With him getting the knee injury, it slowed him down a little bit, but he's still able to work with any and everybody and literally have one of the greatest matches. Like
Which I
it,
think
it's
says a lot about who Seth Rollins
yeah,
is.
and it's very limited to the people that can do that.
Yeah, it's
Which you need a break, bro.
no, I'm good.
Pause.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I was trying to think of where we were going with this.
Yeah. You
Uh,
asked me a question, I think.
huh?
I think you asked me a question.
I can't remember, but so moving on from the Rumble, we've picked ours. You said Seth.
Yeah, I said.
I said Jey Uso. So we've got those locked.
Oh, bro.
So is it locked or not? Is it? It's not locked.
No, it's locked for me.
All right. So
This is
Seth is
why I
locked.
say that.
So Seth is locked.
This is why I say that. CM Punk. Wait, so who did you have?
Jey Uso.
Okay. The reason why I say it's locked with Seth for me, we know. I know, and you know. It's the main event, right? That's what he wants. It's the main event. What if he goes into the main event as the champion? Then you finally get that Seth and Punk match.
So you think Punk is going in as a champion?
Hmm?
You said Punk is going in as a champion?
I, bro, like, hear me out. Like,
See, I've said this. I've said this actually before. I said that Punk defeats Gunther, and that Seth Rollins wins the Royal Rumble, and that's how they get um,
exactly.
to the main event of WrestleMania.
So
But I said that back in I can't remember whenever Gunther won the title. That's what I said was going to happen. But now that we're so close to WrestleMania, do you think? And because I can't remember a time where we got this close to WrestleMania. We're 2 weeks away from Rumble, and Gunther, or let me rephrase that. I can't remember a time when a champion has lost the title this close to WrestleMania. So do you think that Punk not only gets the
like I
opportunity
said,
to get the belt, but he also beats Gunther for the belt before WrestleMania
I think he does. If
without any prior? Does Punk have any prior run-ins with Gunther, other than like calling him out and saying he's coming for his belt or anything like that? I don't think so. So I think it's definitely a possibility, but I think it's gonna be a very difficult um, path to come across to not only have the match, but also to win the match and get the gold.
so, let's say this, right? So Gunther does
Unless by chance they make it a triple threat match at WrestleMania
with who?
with Gunther, Rollins, and Punk.
But how would you get both of them into? the main event
That's
match?
what
How do
I
you
don't
do
know.
that?
I don't know, but that's the only way I see it happening as of right now.
All right, but this is where I was going with it. I see Gunther does not have a match at the Rumble yet, right?
Does he have a match?
I don't think he does because he fights the week before against Jey Uso. So
That's actually interesting. You could I'm gonna look that up while you explain what you're saying. I'm just gonna
if he has a match,
I'm just looking up the Rumble card so far.
okay. Um, I think let's say he doesn't have a match, right? And we know Gunther. Let me see. Let's just say he was to enter the Rumble, right? Let's just say because if he don't have a match, I can see him entering the Rumble just because, like. But let's say he enters the Rumble, and that's where you get CM Punk eliminated from the Rumble, and then Seth eliminates Punk, right? You can build off of Punk eliminating Gunther and take that into Elimination Chamber, and Punk can win the title there, and he could take it on to WrestleMania, and then you have him and Seth. That's what I
So you think Gunther's gonna be
think.
in the Royal Rumble?
It depends on if they give him a match or not. But like I said, I don't think
So
he'll have a match just because he fights the week before.
so far the only matches we have confirmed are obviously the two Rumble matches, and then we have the ladder match between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens.
Mhm.
So as of right now, he doesn't have a match at the Rumble.
Wait, they said so. You said the two Rumble matches and Cody and Kevin, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
So I've heard. I don't know if this is I don't think it's official yet because everything I've seen is just 30. But I saw somewhere where they said it was going to be a 40-man. So if that's the case, because they said it was going to be a 40-man for not only the men's but also the women's. So if that's the case, I could see only 3 matches on the card. Being that it's gonna be such a long.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Rumble's gonna be
Because you
so
gotta
long.
think the Rumbles take an hour, and
And so if you add 10 more guys to it, then
yeah. So I don't. Maybe we get. Let me think. I was gonna try to say that maybe we get one of the women's champions to have a match, maybe to make it four. But if it is 40 men and women, they're both gonna take maybe an hour and a half, and then that match you have with Kevin and Cody should be at least 45 minutes, I think, personally.
yeah, I mean I
So
could see that.
like you gotta think this is what a ladder match,
Yeah.
and you gotta think all the spots they could have planned. You know, Kevin's like a high flyer. He does crazy stuff, but he's also a dangerous person. Like when he gets pushed there, so it's like a lot of spots that you can have planned out that takes so long, or how do I put it? You get what I'm saying, right? You there with me?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I got you. I'll say,
I think.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'll say this, and then we can move on. I just wanna shout out Kevin Owens. That dude, I think Kevin Owens is probably a top 3 performer in the WWE right now, and he doesn't get any recognition from it. He doesn't get any belt. I think that's part of the reason they gave him the winged eagle right now. Um, but he's definitely one of the top 3 workers in WWE.
Yeah, top three. If he's top three, who's your top? Who's your top three?
So you definitely gotta give it to Kevin.
It
This
don't.
is
I'm
not in
saying
any
it don't
order.
have to be in order.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not in any order. So you got Kevin, obviously. Um, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is definitely up there. And then The third.
You better not, bro.
Better not what?
You better not, bro. He's only a part timer, bro. You better not.
You think I'm gonna say Roman?
Yeah, that's what I was
No,
thinking you were
no,
gonna
no, no,
say.
definitely not
Okay.
Roman. I just, I think that one's hard. I want to say, I mean, I think there's a couple of people I could name, but definitely
Okay.
for right now, definitely Kevin Owens
Well,
and
just
Seth.
give us, if not two, give us three people that you think could be in the top three.
I'm, I mean it's just so many. It's so many people. Um, I mean, like I said earlier, you got Chad Gable. He's willing to work with anybody and make it look good. In my opinion, I think a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but Gunther, I think Gunther puts on 5-star matches anytime he gets in the ring.
Yeah, I don't see nobody disagreeing with that, honestly.
L.A. Knight, like I said, he gets in the ring. He fights anybody, regardless if he has a championship or not. So I mean, I think there's a lot of guys that are willing to do that, but I think Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins are definitely the best at doing what they do.
I can dig it. I feel it. I feel it.
All right, but so moving on from the men's, I think we need to transition into the women's.
I mean, we
Uh,
can try to, but we only know two people, bro.
you only know two people confirmed,
Yeah,
but that doesn't
you.
that doesn't disclude all of the other women that you know are going to be in it or possibly going to be in it, right? So we have what Nia Jackson Bailey
Yeah,
confirmed. Um,
I'm gonna just say
I
this
don't
off the
think
bat.
either of those two are going to win it.
No, I don't see it, but it's two. It's two off rip. I think that everybody will
So
go with.
you're shooting your prediction right now.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
just.
all right, all right. We'll take it.
It's it's two, and I honestly don't think anybody would disagree with it
My guess,
for the 2.
my guess for your two
Mm-hmm.
is Charlotte Flair.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte Flair. I don't know. That's all I got for you. I only got Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair is my number one to win it, but number two is Becky Lynch.
And if Becky Lynch does win it, you think she's going after Rhea?
Rhea, yes,
Because she just lost it
because
to Rhea?
yes, but see, you there with me, bro. Like I think about all that. Like it, that was what her last match, right? No, she lost it to Liv.
Becky lost to Liv?
Yeah, because Rhea lost. Well, she didn't lose it. She vacated it when she got hurt, and then they had the
She got hurt after
battle royal
WrestleMania,
thing.
though, right? Rhea beat Becky at WrestleMania. I could be wrong.
Yes,
Let
yes,
me.
I think so.
That's right. You think that's right?
I
We'll go
think
with that.
so.
We'll go with that. And I think Liv attacked Rhea after the fact.
Yeah, yes, yeah, it was after, and because Liv won it at it was it Crown Jewel? It was some pay per view in Saudi.
No, it's the one before France or after France. Excuse me. Not Crown Jewel. I know what you're talking about though. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, they had the little battle royal, and Becky eliminated Liv to win the title, and then Becky carried it till that pay per view, and Liv won it. So, but yes, I think we are correct on Rhea versus Becky at WrestleMania. I think that's who it was. You looking it up?
It was King and Queen of the Ring.
Oh, okay. What? Wait, what?
King,
Oh, yeah, 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 you're right, you're right, you're right.
she defeated Lynch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She defeated Becky Lynch with the accidental interference from Dirty
So,
Dom.
so I
Accidental.
think
So
accidental.
you think Becky wins it and goes after Rhea?
Yeah, I think she does. And I think building up to that, you might get Becky and Liv facing again, just because, like I said, that's who she lost it to.
Right.
So I think you can build off of that. Like, and plus Liv is obviously going to want the title back since she just had it. So I think that's the direction you go if Becky wins it, is her versus Liv with run-ins of Rhea maybe. But yeah, I think it'll be Becky and Rhea at Mania if Becky wins. Now, if Charlotte wins, we all know the match that everybody wants to see. It's Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton. Everybody wants to see it.
See,
So I think if
I'm with you
uh,
there because as soon as Tiffany Stratton came to the main roster, I've been saying she needs to face Charlotte. She needs to face Charlotte. She needs to
yeah,
face Charlotte. That's my dream match, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I'm going to see it in person. I think that match, dude. Like
yeah, rub it in, huh?
that's all I've been talking about. I think
Yeah,
that's definitely gonna be my favorite match of the night or the
and
2
then
nights.
also it's like when she came in to the main roster, you based off performance wise, athleticism, you get those comparisons.
Right.
So I I think they would have a 5-star match together. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely could see it depending on how Charlotte is after the injury.
Yeah,
It was her knee.
yeah.
I mean, it must have been a gnarly because it's been over a year, right? I mean, it had to have been a pretty
I want to say it was last December, I think. So yeah, it's been over a year.
so it had to have been a pretty rough knee injury,
Yeah,
unless they were just reserving her for the Royal Rumble specifically. But I don't know. I don't know if they think that far ahead. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, you got to think, because there was talks of her coming back. What it was December, late December, maybe.
I believe so. Yeah.
So I mean, why would you not save her for the Rumble? It wouldn't be no point for you to bring her in and try to start a feud with somebody.
But you see,
So
I feel like we could say that about all the people they've brought in. Charlotte Flair, Penta. I think
mm,
I think that there's even bigger surprises that they're saving for the Rumble specifically, and I think they don't want them overshadowed by the
yeah,
people like Charlotte Flair, by Penta. So I think we're gonna get somebody pretty big at the Royal Rumble, whether it's a
and
return or a debut. I think somebody
yeah,
huge is
yeah.
gonna be at the Royal Rumble.
And like we said, you mentioned the 40 men and women, and I think that's because the uh, the deal they signed with TNA. I think you'll get a couple men and a couple women from TNA to compete in the Rumble. So, one I would love to see in the Rumble is Jordan Grace.
Yeah, yeah.
I think,
She was in last year's, right? I believe she was.
yeah, yeah, I think so. But I love her performances. Like from when she was in the Rumble, then what she done on NXT, I liked all of it. So I think she could be a potential winner if she's in it.
I wonder. We'll get more into this in a bit about who we think's returning,
Mm,
men and women, but yeah, I'm definitely with you. I think that I think Charlotte's the front runner for it all, for Tiffany Stratton. I think everybody wants. I don't know anybody that doesn't want to see that match.
yeah,
Um, if it's not her, then I think Becky's definitely up there. Um, maybe the likes of Alexa Bliss. We haven't seen her for a while, um, but there are talks of her return. So I mean, I think the women's is definitely a lot easier to come to a conclusion
mm,
than the men's is. But right now, my front runner is
yeah,
Charlotte Flair.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, we agree on that, and I think like we said for the men, it's just you have so many top guys who are deserving of a main event match at WrestleMania, in my opinion. And I think all of
Not
them are
not
ready
that
for it.
there's not that there's not women that aren't ready for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Plenty
But
there's
I'm saying
plenty
like
of
it's
women, but
yeah, definitely.
storyline
But
wise and fan base wise, I think it just
yeah,
makes the most sense.
and like I said, it's just we don't know all the names in the women's rumble yet, so we don't know what the big names are. Like we said, you have Charlotte and Becky, and like I said, Alexa Bliss.
Maybe an AJ
So
Lee, maybe I think that's a stretch, maybe though. Nikki Bella said at
yeah,
the
yeah.
first Raw on Netflix that she's maybe planning a return.
So like I said, it's just the names in the men's right now, like John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, um, who am I forgetting?
What in
Drew McIntyre,
yeah, L.A. Knight.
yeah, LA Knight. Like it's so many guys that are deserving of a main event spot. Like I said, and those are just based off the names that we know for sure.
Right,
Like the women, a lot of them deserve a main event spot definitely, but it's just based off the names that we know and then who we think right now.
right,
So
yeah. And I think with the women's there with the introduction of the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title, I think that separates a lot of the women that could have potentially
yeah,
won
yeah.
it and puts them in that category.
And I'm a big fan of them giving the women two undercard titles. I'm a big fan of it just because you only had two titles for the women besides the tag team, and it's not many tag teams in the women division, but you finally have two championships where the undercard talent. I'm not even gonna lie, like it, to me, it's a couple undercard talents that I think can outshine the main eventers. So by them giving them those two titles, I think they done a great job with that, and I think it will elevate a lot of the mid card talent to main event talents.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. Um, I mean, you got names like Dakota Kai, who I think should have
That's
won.
she. I'm with you, bro.
Chelsea Green, I think she could definitely be in the main event if it wasn't for where
Yeah,
they have her
definitely.
with Piper Niven.
But
Um,
I was very excited to see her win finally,
yeah, I mean, definitely
because
deserving.
yeah, yeah, because I mean she is the Karen of WWE's women's division, right? But I think she's very talented, so I was very happy to see her win one finally, and she did deserve it.
You know, and with her being in the WWE and them booking her so heavily, I'm surprised that we haven't got a Matt Cardona comeback.
And like we was talking about, he wait, is who is he with now? Do you know?
He just had a match in GCW against Tommy Invincible. I don't know if you're familiar with Tommy Invincible.
No, I'm not.
Um,
But
he's a smaller indie
okay,
wrestler, but
so
he's blown up. Like a lot of people talking about this guy.
okay, so
But I don't know much about GCW, so I don't know if that's like a
yeah, I
contract or
don't
if he's
either.
just coming into work.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like if he's under contract, then I don't see it. But if he's not, and he's just doing that till he gets an offer somewhere, I think WWE should bring him in. I was a Zack Ryder fan at the time. Like
I mean, who wasn't? I
he,
mean, the dude's theme song was stuck in everybody's head.
yeah, like so if you bring him in, did he even win? Did he win championships? When
I know he won the Intercontinental Championship.
okay, so he did he did he did.
I'm not. I think that's. I think that's all he won, to be honest, is the Intercontinental. Maybe a U.S. title, maybe. I'm not sure about that.
See, that's the only thing. I don't remember him winning that, but I do remember him winning the Intercontinental Championship. I do. But I see now that we're talking about it, it's like I would like to see if he comes back. Do you think he would keep the Matt Cardona name or go back to
I
Zack Ryder?
think, I think, I think he'd keep the Matt Cardona.
Okay,
See,
so
I think I think what's holding back a lot of superstars from coming to WWE and staying with like the smaller indies or going to the AEWs is that WWE is so saturated and has so many main eventers and people in that scene. It's so saturated. I think that that's what's holding them back. They know that they're gonna come over here and not have a storyline or
yeah, yeah,
be sidelined for months. So that I think Matt Cardona not coming back is probably the right move for him. But for the fans, I definitely want to see it.
yeah. So let's say he does return, right? And do you think it would just be a Rumble appearance, or do you think it'll be like maybe for a year or so? But
See, I don't know. I think that's I don't know. I feel like it's like I said, it's just so saturated. I can't imagine any more like big names like that coming and staying for a while.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, like I said, I would love to see him come, and I think it'd be crazy to see Chelsea Green as the women's United States champion and Matt Cardona possibly winning the men's United States championship. I would love to see it.
Yeah, I mean that would be a cool angle, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Um, so I think we've said basically all we gotta say about the women's. We know who's winning that for sure. Um,
Do we? For sure though.
I book it. I don't know about you, but I'd book it.
Personally, somebody I want to see in it that I think everybody knows will be in it, but I would like to see her win it. Do you want to take a guess?
I have no clue who you're gonna say.
We've been seeing her recently on Netflix. She's not performing, but we've been seeing her recently.
I don't know. You're gonna have to ring my ear. I don't know.
Tonight she had a little confrontation with Bailey.
With Bailey. I'm not gonna lie. I've blanked on Raw.
Roxanne Perez.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
You
like
think
I'm a
she could
fan of
win it?
hers.
You think she could win it?
Honestly, yes. I think she's ready for a main event call up for sure, and she's very talented. So I think I see it.
Okay, I can I'll respect that. I respect it for sure. I'm not sure that I'd book it that way, but
Hey,
I'm not saying that I don't.
see. So hear me out. You give me a piece of paper. Let me write it for you. That. That's all I'm
It
saying.
could happen. It could happen. Anything could happen. Never say
Yeah,
never. Never say never in
yeah.
WWE. Um, I don't know. I think that's
So now we're on the returns for the women.
all right. So return wise, uh,
We've already said
yeah, obviously
we
Charlotte Flair, um,
Becky and
Becky Lynch, Alexa
AJ
Bliss,
Lee, hopefully.
Alexa Bliss. Yeah, I mean, I think AJ could return. Do I think it will happen? Probably not. Same with Nikki Bella. I don't
think
think it'll happen.
I think it's on AJ. Like I think maybe she's already gotten a call, but I think it's up to her if she wants to do it.
Right.
And if it's like if it's a really good opportunity for her.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it maybe, but I don't. I don't know. I think it's a little too far fetched. I'd want to see it, but I don't know. I think we'll have to
Yeah.
wait and see for that one. Um, Probably get some similar names like Trish Stratus. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see Natalia.
Yeah. Uh,
Nikita Lyons.
Oscar.
Yeah,
Forgot
Oscar.
about her. Who'd you say?
Nikita Lyons.
Is she injured or is she just on NXT?
She's on NXT.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could see her being. I think honestly, we will see a lot of NXT superstars, well, women superstars in the women's rumble. I think
Right.
because it's a lot of NXT women that have a whole lot more potential than some main roster women. And I don't know if it's just because I don't know, man. I don't
I
know.
think Shawn Michaels done a really good job of pulling
Yes,
talent to NXT. I mean, you've
yeah,
got the Lola Vices, the Roxanne Perez's. Um, I mean, you've got a ton of names down there that could definitely come up whenever they're needed to be part of the main event scene.
yeah,
So I can definitely see a lot of the NXT women on the in the Royal Rumble.
yeah.
Um, like you said, Jordan Grace, we could probably get an appearance from her.
And like I said, if
You're missing a really big name right now. I'm not sure that she'll come back for the Rumble, but
wait, let me think. Is she injured?
she's rode off of TV.
Jay Cargill.
Yeah. Jade Cargill. I don't
Uh,
know if she'll come back for the Rumble. She might.
see
She's
that
definitely
that's
coming back soon.
yeah, definitely. But it's because she was hurt in what, November?
That sounds right. Accurate. That sounds about accurate, time wise. Yeah.
Yeah. So and like we said, I don't know if she will return at the Rumble just because right now we're still trying to figure out who took her out. So I think maybe they bring her back on just an episode of SmackDown and we just go from there. And then we figured stuff out. So
So you think she's coming back on a just
I think it'd just
regular
be
taping of
yeah,
SmackDown?
yeah, I think so. Because like I said, I mean, if she, man, maybe she comes back the SmackDown before the Rumble.
Maybe.
So, but yeah, I think it will be on just SmackDown. I don't think it'll be at the Rumble.
So I was gonna say potentially at a Saturday night main event, but I just looked up the card and I don't think they're gonna fit anything else on the card. We
Like looked it up for.
I just looked up the Saturday night main event card
Mhm.
just to see what was on it, and
Okay.
it's pretty. It's already pretty hefty. You've got what, 4 matches and then the contract signing.
Contract signing of Kevin and
Kevin and
Cody.
Cody. Yeah.
Okay.
So Saturday
Very
night main
good
event,
notice.
you've got Gunther and Jey Uso. You've got Ripley versus Nia Jax. You've got Breaker versus Sheamus. You've got the contract signing, and then you got Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman. That's a
Yeah.
pretty stacked card. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, and I don't think they'll add any more matches either, based on it's only what, 2 hours.
I believe so. Yeah.
So yeah,
But I think
I
they
think
went.
4 matches
I think they
plus
went a little over that last time. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they went a little over.
they might have, but yeah, I think the 4 matches with the contract signed, I think, is enough for the show. And then plus, like, you have Shawn Michaels is supposed to be there. Um, they said Hulk Hogan was supposed to be there again, right? No,
Uh,
I'm not.
it doesn't have that on here. I don't know. He might.
Well, if he is, might not be no. No, I'm not a fan of it. I don't. The way he was booed at the Netflix premiere, I
Do
don't
you
see
think he'll come
why.
out as a heel?
Yeah, definitely.
Heel Hogan.
If they're gonna continue to use him, then yes, I do think he'll be a heel.
So just
Um,
to get this straight, we think that's the card. There's nothing to be added to it. So
I think that's it.
do we think that Cargill comes back at the Rumble?
No,
So we're thinking that it comes a little bit closer to WrestleMania, maybe, so she can have the match between Bianca Belair. Do we think that she's ready to have a match against Bianca Belair? Because
star
if
power
we're being
wise,
honest, I think that's the reason they put her on a tag team with Bianca
exactly.
because
She's learning
she's
from
not
her.
ready.
She's learning from her, and then also if you do put them against each other, you got to think they was together for how long?
It's
Almost a year.
yeah, it's been quite some time.
So they know each other so well. So I think if that's the direction they go with them two end up facing each other, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna be a great match, and I think she will. My prediction for it, I think she will defeat Bianca.
Really, you think Jade
Yeah, I really
Cargill
do.
defeats Bianca Belair?
I think she does. Unless, no, yeah, I do. I'm not even gonna take it back. I do.
And do you think that when they fight, do you think that Bianca's the heel or do you think Jade Cargill's the heel? I think that, in my opinion,
I think Jade is the heel.
I think that Bianca's character has got really stale. I think we've had a face Bianca for so long. I think she's due for a heel turn. So I think Jade comes back as a face.
See, and that's the thing though, because it's like if this is how you go about it. If Bianca, I mean, if Jade comes back and she attacks Bianca, then you get a heel Jade. Obviously, she's gonna get booed. So,
Well,
but
I don't know that she'd get booed, but I
for
mean,
attacking Bianca, you don't think so?
I think that it's more. It's I think it's so in depth, like the story's so in depth that I think that the fans would understand. I think that the fans would understand that Jade knows a little bit more than what we
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah. But that's the thing. It's like we don't know yet. So
But
you just
she
have to
does
go
know.
off it.
She was the one that got attacked.
No,
So
no, no, yeah, yeah. I'm saying she does, but I'm saying as from a fan's point of view, we don't know what happened. So we're going based off what we see. Obviously, she was attacked backstage. We don't know who done it. So if she comes back and she attacks Bianca, that's what we're seeing. Like we're all Bianca fans. Like
but you don't think that'll make us assume that Bianca had something to
I mean,
do
yeah,
with it?
definitely. But still, like it's just an in the moment thing. Like once you see it happen, you're gonna be like yo, like why she do that? So, but after you take some time and you process, like oh maybe Bianca is the one who done it or either set it up to happen. So and after people figure that out, I think that's where you go from that, whether you want to cheer or you want to boo or what. But that's how you get who is the heel and who is the face in the story.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. So as far as returns goes, that's all everybody you think we could get return wise.
Yeah, I think so.
I think with the amount of talent that the women have, I think that that's probably. I mean, that's a lot of returns anyway. I think that's probably
Yeah, it's like
about all the
7, I
returns we
think.
get. Yeah, I mean it's close to it,
Yeah,
if not more.
yeah, but like I said, it can be um, No, yeah, I think that'll be all the returns that we get.
All right.
It might shock us though.
Yeah, I mean they definitely could throw in some cards that we didn't know they had up their sleeve. Um, so moving on from the women's Royal Rumble, we've got the last match that we have confirmed, which is the ladder match between Kevin and Cody. Um, how do you think? What are your predictions for that? You think Cody retains it? You think Kevin picks up the belts? Do you think they split the belts, like they pull down two different belts at the same time, or
See,
I might be
since you,
wrong. I
I
might be
never,
wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure the Wing Eagle
but
and the Undisputed is going to be up there.
yeah, they're both going to be up there. But see, I never thought about that until you said it. So let's just say something like that did happen. But let's say they switched, right? Let's say Kevin pulls down the undisputed WWE championship,
I'm
and
here
then
for it.
Cody gets the Wing Eagle title. So do you keep both, or do you just have another rematch, or what? Like where do you go from that? But I think they don't really know what to do with them because you see it's repetitive every like each week they come out there, they're face to face, they fight, they get broke up. It's the same thing over and over. So I think
I
they're
think we're
running
seeing a
out of
lot more of that from not just them two, but like
yeah,
across the board. But yeah, I'm with
yeah.
you.
I think I think fans are ready to see it be over with, but like you said, Kevin, I think he elevated the Cody run. I think he did. Um,
I think he's still doing that. I don't think it's over yet.
yeah,
I think Kevin
yeah,
Owens is still elevating it.
and I think once it's done, if this is the last match, I think if it's done and Cody does retain, I think it will give him more credibility. Like, but for my prediction, I think Kevin Owens wins it.
Really.
I do. Like,
So
eh,
Owens wins it. Does this change your prediction for the Royal Rumble?
for what?
Does it?
No.
No, not at
Regardless,
all. Okay.
I think the winner of the Rumble will go for the world title. Um, so yeah, I think the winner of the Rumble will go for the world title. Um, so I can see Kevin winning it, and I think he does deserve it. Like he really does. Like he hasn't had a championship since what 2017, and
I don't know how long it's been, but
I think it's like
other than the tag team championships.
Yeah, but we're talking like the title. So I think
Right,
it's like
right.
2017. Um, I would love to see him win it because like when he was fighting Roman a couple times, I wanted to see him win it. Didn't I'm not gonna lie. Like I was a fan of Roman, but still like I was one of the people who wanted to see him lose. Like, but he deserves it to me, so I want to see him win
Yeah, I mean he definitely deserves it. Like I said, I think he's one of those guys that works his tail off. He puts on fantastic matches, night in and night out, and he does it with no reward. So I think this could definitely be the time to reward him. Um, but I don't know where they go from that. From I think something has to happen, like they split the belts up, or
it. Yeah,
I mean I don't know what else could happen, but I think something like that happens. Maybe Cody turns heel during the match, does something to turn heel, like and go against his face values or whatever. I don't know. We'll have to see, but I'm with you. I think that Kevin Owens could potentially win it or halfway win it, if that makes sense, getting one of the belts.
yeah. Like I said, that's something that I never thought about before you said it. So it just depends. Like if you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. Like if they have a good direction for them to do that, like split the titles and then have another match, if you really can build it up without the just you fight each week, you get broke up. Without that, but you actually like build it up, I can dig it. Like I think it can happen.
Right,
But if you're running out of what to do with them, I say you just let one of them win it and it be done.
right. I think there's definitely a lot that they could do with it. I'm not sure where they're gonna go with it, but there's definitely a lot that they could do. Um,
Yeah,
so you're locked on Kevin Owens.
I'm locked on it.
All right, I'm a lock. My lock's gonna be split decision. They're gonna split the belts. Um, so that being said, do you think there's gonna be any other matches on the card? We'll say it's
It's what
still
three?
30. Yeah, it's 3 right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
We'll still say it's a 30 man for each, just because they haven't confirmed a 40.
Mm. Like I said, I do. Well, it's hard because you're gonna have Gunther versus Jay the week before, so I don't see Gunther having a match. You just had Tiffany versus Bailey this past week, so I don't see her defending her title. Then Rhea just won her title.
We've got new mid card titles for the women.
Yeah, we do. Uh,
Could we get a Lyra Valkyria Dakota Kai rematch?
I was thinking about that just based off because they was the first two competing for it. I think she definitely does deserve a rematch,
Right.
but I don't know if it'll be at the Rumble though. But personally, I would love to see it just because it would be the well no it wouldn't. Yes it would. It would be the first mid card title defended at a pay per view. We had the first one that was competed for, but it wasn't defended yet.
Right,
So
right.
I would like to see it.
So is that a lock? You're locking that match? And if
So
so,
we
who do
got
you,
2 weeks,
and
2 weeks to Rumble.
yeah, we've got Saturday night main event this Saturday, and then next Saturday is the Rumble.
I can see it.
All right.
I'm locked in on that. Yeah.
So you
So
got
I think it'll
Lyra
be
and Dakota Kai
yes,
for the belt at Rumble. All right,
yes,
so that's all your locks.
yes.
You gonna add any more matches?
No,
All right, y'all heard it. Y'all
just
heard it here.
because the Rumbles are, well, like we said, an hour, hour and a half,
Right.
depending
Yeah.
on how you want to do it. So I think 4 matches would be good enough.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna stick with the 3. I don't think they're gonna add anything else. Um, because I mean the Royal Rumble, like you said, they're pretty long matches. I don't think they need to add anything else. So
What have they had previous? It would be what the Roman matches this past year. You had Roman in the Fatal Four Way,
yeah, the two Rumble matches.
and
Was it a women's match? We'll look it up real quick.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
But I do remember the matches being very long.
Yeah, it was like an hour and 17 minutes or something like that.
So we had Bailey won the women's match. You had Roman won the Fatal 4 Way. Logan Paul, I forgot this match existed. Logan
Oh
Paul
yeah,
defeated Kevin Owens. For
Kevin
the
Owens. Oh yeah, yeah.
for the United States, and then you had Cody Rhodes win the men's Royal Rumble.
So that was what 4 matches?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So I see them adding another match, especially if because we know right now the pay-per-views are normally 5 matches,
yeah.
right?
Give or take, anywhere from 4 to about 6. But yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think they do add another match, and I think it will be their rematch.
All right, so you've locked it. So you've got Seth Rollins, you've got Charlotte Flair, you've got.
Nope. Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch,
So you're changing your lock.
locked in on it.
So you're changing your lock to
Just
Becky.
because, bro, it's I'm locked in on that. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch.
All right, so we got Seth Rollins,
Just
Becky
just because
Lynch, Kevin
this is why I said
Owens.
that. Yeah, Kevin Owens.
All right, now you've made a prediction for a match, a completely new match.
Yeah.
What's your do you think Lyra retains it, or do you think Dakota Kai takes it?
I think Lyra retains just because I mean she did just win it, but I I think Dakota would get it when it's really her time.
Right.
So I think if they do the rematch, I think Lyra will retain. I think she will.
All right, so
But
that's your four locks.
yeah,
I'm a lock on Jay, Charlotte, split decision, and no fourth match.
okay. And the reason why I changed and chose Becky is because what are the odds, bro? Like
What are the odds of what?
Seth winning the men's and Becky winning the women's. What are
Oh,
the
okay,
odds?
okay, okay. I see what you're saying. I see where you're at. I see where
Yeah.
you're at. I didn't even think
Like I
about
said,
that. I didn't think about that.
I think both of the winners will go for the world title.
But I want to make it known that the odds are far greater that Charlotte Flair comes back from injury and gets a championship than anything else in
I,
WWE history.
we know that. We know that. Like, but see, that's like the thing is like, and she's at what, 15,
Is it
14,
15?
15?
I think it's 14.
Look it up real quick. That way we can just make sure. No, it might be 14.
14.
But and like we said, it's the same thing. Like with Cena, right? He's coming back. He declared himself for the Rumble. We all want to see him win it. We all want to see him get the 17th championship. But it's just too soon for them to win it that quick. So
Right.
that's why I think Becky will win the Rumble and Charlotte will win another match. Maybe even not even like if they do a women's elimination chamber match for a title match, but maybe you get the run in with her and Tiffany and they have a one-on-one match on SmackDown or something. Charlotte defeats her and that's how she gets her title match. So I think that's the way you go with it.
Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you. All right, but that's my four locks is Jay, Charlotte, split decision, and no fourth match. All right, well, I'm Botch Braden, joined with Wrestle Rain, and I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you like, follow, share, tell your friends about us. Um, and
We next up.
we next up. I
We
appreciate
next
y'all
up.
watching.